So
Yeah.
none of this is secret. This is all out there. You know it's coming. They said it's coming. They
Yeah.
declare it. These kids that were going through the brainwashing and this propaganda and the following videos, those are the fighters right now. Those are the people that are in their now 20s and 30s. Those are what you call the military age male. They say it right there. We are the generation. This is the generation we're fighting right now. This is 2013, that video, right?
Welcome back, guys. In today's video, we're going to show you one of the very trending videos that is running right now among the pro-Palestinians, showing how they recruit children. This is exactly how they do it. So without further ado, let's jump right in.
إنه رصاص المحتل يريد قتلنا لكي لا نوصل الماء لإخوتنا المستضعفين.
هيا لنقم بالدعاء عليه لكي يموت في أسرع وقت، ومن بعدها نقوم بتوصيل الماء إلى إخواننا المستضعفين.
Unbelievable. They are the ones holding away water and food from their own people.
السماء لن تمطر رصاصا فيموت، سأذهب لأقتله.
تمهل. اسمعاني جيدا. الدعاء والعمل كجناحي الطائر، إن اكتملا ارتفع، وإذا انكسر أحدهما سقط. أنت ادعو لنا بالنصر والثبات والتمكين، وأنت تعرف ما هي مهمتك. إن موقعه خلف نافذة فيها الكثير من النقاط العمياء. سأقوم بتشتيت انتباهه. توكل على الله وانطلق يا بطل.
That was the moment that you thought that maybe he will actually be responsible. But instead he sent the children to fight.
It's like, yeah, let me hide over here. You kid, you run across the road.
Yes. The definition of human shields. So easy to trick IDF soldiers. Just put a hand out and a brick, and they're gonna shoot the brick.
لا غالب إلا الله.
الحمد لله.
Look at that. Look at that. The adult is hiding, sending the kids to fight. The kids are learning that it's good, it's heroic to go and murder, kill people at a young age.
So, you know, in that video, in the US, you have John Wick. Over there, they have Jihad al-Wick.
Jihad al-Wick. That's a good one. I'm going to adopt that. Jihad al-Wick. You know, you said it. This is like the definition of human shield. Just when we were watching it and you're thinking like he's going to tell the kids, okay, guys, it's too dangerous here. Let's go somewhere else. I got an idea. You pray and you go and do it. That's how we do it. It's very easy to brainwash someone who's 12, 13, 14. It's a win-win for Hamas.
Exactly. I mean, because if that kid then, let's say he's running across the road, the theoretical, the hypothetical soldier there, the fake soldier there, sees him and let's say shoots him. Then what? What's the headline? You know, the headline is Israel shoots another child, and they do that all the time. I mean, there are stories from the beginning. I remember in the early 2000s, when they were having riots, so they'd be burning tires. You'd have this riot going on, throwing rocks at the soldiers, and then they'd have Hamas shooters. They'd be in hiding spots, right? They're taking pot shots at the soldiers, and then they would give the kids toy weapons and tell them run at the soldiers, point at them. So then, you know, the kids coming, somebody's running out of the smoke. There's a soldier, you know, taking fire. Rounds are pinging off his Humvee, and suddenly he catches movement, sees somebody running out of the smoke with a raised weapon, you know, turns, shoots, and then then he shoots a kid. So then it's just win-win for Hamas.
I actually remember something about the tanks. I remember when I was in Gaza, you can correct me because you were a tank commander, that the IDF, it's not a secret anymore, that they had a system that if someone points a laser at you, then the tank commander gets an indication that there's someone lasering at him. You can press a button and the tank will turn right away.
Yeah.
towards that direction, right?
Yeah.
So I remember when we were in Gaza, many times they will come and hide many children around them, and then he'll come with some kind of a guided missile and point it at a tank. Now the tank commander right now sees that he have probably few split of seconds before him and his crew dies a terrible death.
Mhm.
It turns the turret, and he would just release the button, like shoot immediately. And then what happened is, if he managed to shoot before the terrorist, then you have right now a terrorist and like 10 kids dead. If you didn't, then the tank died.
Yeah.
It's a win-win.
And how do you fight that? How do you fight when somebody's willing to sacrifice their children? How can you fight
Yeah.
that? And to quote, do you remember there's a quote from Golda Meir, for those who don't know, she was Israel's prime minister in the early 70s. She said, we're not going to win until they love their children more than they hate us. And that's what we see playing out. The videos we're going to play right now, one is from 16 years ago, one is from 13 years ago. So if you look at notice the ages of the kids in these videos, same as the new video, and then these following videos. These kids that were going through the brainwashing and this propaganda and the following videos, those are the fighters right now. Those are the people that are in their now 20s and 30s. Those are what you call the military age male. That's what you call them, right, in the military. The kids that you're about to see are the ones that are doing the fighting right now.
2013.
Yeah.
إذن زهرات وأشبال في ريعان الطفولة وبأعمار الزهور يتمسكون بحق العودة في مخيمات جيل العودة، ناظرين جل أنظارهم نحو القدس ونحو فلسطين المحتلة، أملنا فيهم بأن يحرروا أوطاننا ويحرروا فلسطين كامل تراب فلسطين.
They say it right there. We are the generation. This is the generation we're fighting right now. This is 2013, that video, right? So none of this is secret. This is all out there. You know it's coming. They said it's coming. They declared.
That's why every expert that I ever heard talking about the Middle East says, start taking what they say seriously. They mean it. When they say death to America, they mean it. They're literally telling you what they want to do. But then the West, so many people, mostly on the left, I had to say, will come say, no, that's not what they mean.
Yeah.
In the next video.
On June 19th, the Palestinian Hamas movement agreed to suspend hostilities against Israel in return for a suspension of Israeli military action against Hamas members. Since that time, both sides have argued that the other has failed to keep its commitments under the ceasefire agreement. This video is airing on the Hamas-run television station, appearing while children are home on summer recess. The dialogue encourages parents to, quote, teach the children that their death will bring glory and victory. In response to the scenes depicted in the video, critics argue that Hamas has left no doubt about what it seeks to teach Palestinian children or the future of the ceasefire.
She started with something in Arabic. She said, "El mauta ba'izz," she says like, the death is something that I desire, that I love. And she says something like, the death is sweet. So you see a little girl singing in Arabic how beautiful death is.
Yeah.
Insane.
Well, anybody that can look at these objectively and use their brain knows that this is a death cult. It's very obvious. They're telling us what they want. They're telling us what their goals are. The crazy thing is, lift the audio from this last video and you can play it right now with a current news report, and you would not realize that this is a decade and a half ago, right? It's the exact same thing. Oh, Hamas asked for a ceasefire in order to this, and yada yada, and they said they broke it. They said they broke it. It's the same thing again and again and again. And then in the meantime, each time they take a break, they raise up a next generation.
And I would say even more. This is a generation right now that is still not giving up on October 7 because it's such a death cult. Even after, how good did it serve them? They didn't get Jerusalem. They didn't get anything. They got their country completely obliterated. Tens of thousands of their people dead. They still refuse to release the hostages. Many of the Gazans are still refusing to, help get rid of Hamas because you brainwash the entire area of Gaza from a young age. Like a whole classroom probably think that this is okay, that it's great to kill the Jews.
Yeah.
That's like the mainstream thing there. So try to get that out of them now. That's probably one of the reasons that many Arab countries don't want them. They said no, we don't want this death cult.
Yeah, let's not forget that. Israel tried to give control of Gaza to Egypt. Egypt was refusing. Israel's like, we do not want it. Take it. No, thank you. Same with the West Bank and Jordan.
Yeah, it's the only case in history where Arab countries refused to take land from Israel. They always want to come and conquer and destroy Israel, and take land. But that was the only case. No, 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 just not this land. You know, they have a purpose. They're crazy. They have a purpose. They want to kill you all, but they're like, whoo, we don't want that. Give us the other part. Give us the part that you guys are living in. Anyway, that's insane. For those of you who are wondering, by the way, the reason I'm not having a hat is because I just came back from shooting Fauda, and they asked me to have a decent haircut. So I don't know if it looks decent, but that's like the first haircut that I had in a very long time that Rafi or me didn't do it. So
Yeah, that's a shameless plug right there.
yeah, exactly. It's very sad what we're seeing there happening with kids. And I think it's an outrage that the world, feminist, children rights, every activist, Greta Thunberg and her idiot friends, no one is talking about that, about what's happening to the kids in Gaza. I mean, can someone stop trying to brainwash children in Gaza to think that it's cool to be human shields? Yeah, well, anyway, stay safe, guys, and don't use children as human shields. That's what I have to say here.